Tonight, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Davis Mills and the Houston Texans taking on Marcus Mariota and the Atlanta Falcons.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the Houston Texans. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking, and we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Throwing to start the drive. Mills. Throw left side complete. That's Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. First run. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Falcons grab it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Rashaan Evans. And the return comes to a halt right at the offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. Rolling to his right. Mills hit, and he loses the ball. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. From the shotgun, it's Mills. Flushed out right. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. Nothing to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Off play action. Mills. Open man is Howard, the tight end. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
They got completion there. That's clearly an example. One side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, very, hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on the passing play.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Looking to throw. Mills. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a few yards shy of the 5.
exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Back to throw. Mills. This is caught. Touchdown. Dameon Pierce from 6 yards away. And the Texans have cut it back within a score. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. Now he's loose down the left sideline. On the move past the 40.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Hand off right side to Pierce.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Squeeze, double up. Right there, 54, right there, 54. You ain't got nothing.
Working out of the gun, Mills.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Nico Collins
from 3 yards out.
And the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Looking back to that first quarter, they struggled, but now here in quarter 2, they seem to have some rhythm.
And it really shouldn't be a surprise to us because when we were in the production meetings, we asked a few of the players about, hey, what if things get a little rocky early? They all said the exact same thing. We're prepared, so we're confident things will work out. And so far, they have started to do so.
Those 3 words we hear a lot, stay the course.
Sometimes it's design, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Mills to the air again.
Escaping the pressure right. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line.
Mills to throw it.
Over the middle, Dorsett.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. To throw again on 2nd down. Mills. Quick slant, caught by Moore. Touchdown, Texans. Chris Moore, 32 yards.
And the Texans are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
These 2 teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Mills on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
Touchdown! O.J. Howard, 27 yards, as his guys have now moved out in front. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Mills throw here into the hands of Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Pierce gets this one running right. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 44, Mills flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 32-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Burkhead going to run straight ahead here. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Pierce now up the middle, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. So holding on the offense, they go ahead.
After an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5.
Give to Pierce.
And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
Here's Mills.
Flush to his right. He'll get this one out to Rex Burkhead. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds.
Now Mills.
They dial up the screen here to Burkhead. And some room to maneuver. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Burkhead. Down to the 42, second down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick. I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So 3rd down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal.
Here's Burkhead. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hole.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Now a handoff for Pierce.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Try to pick it up on the ground with Burkhead. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Again, they run with Burkhead. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Kaimi Fairbairn. This to put an end to a wild Monday night. And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.